The ultimate goal of trading and investing is to make money. And in order to do that, you need to understand the trend of the market. Where is the market headed so we buy or sell at the right time? And there are two ways to break down the direction of where the market is going to be headed. The first is going to be technical analysis, and the second is fundamental analysis. So the first one is technical analysis, and the majority of the people know it as these charts that everybody thinks that it's Chinese at their first look at it. This is also known as technical analysis because you're reading price action and price movement in real time. And the second one is through fundamental analysis. And this, you identify the trend of the market by reading news, reading reports of companies, looking through the economic reports, and just read a lot of news to really anticipate where the market is going to be headed. In this video, I'm going to focus on the fundamental analysis just to bring wisdom and knowledge to what this actually topic is and what it consists of to trade fundamental analysis. I'm going to explain to you how the fundamental analysis work, how you can use it for your trading, how you can use it to trade your Forex pairs, and exactly where to find these news so you don't waste hours and hours of reading articles that are just going to give you the same thing as one website and summarize it all as a whole. So some of you may be asking, why does the news have the power to change the direction of the market? And they have this power because it's the information that allows the people to understand the real facts and the objectives of what is actually happening in the markets. For example, let's say the Federal Reserve decides to raise interest rates. We can conclude that the economy is not good in that very moment because of the expansion or the credit stimulus, and the price of the money will increase. Precisely by increasing interest rates, fewer people will be able to access credit because it will be much more expensive to pay back these credit cards, as the debt for the economy will be discouraged. So in turn, this reduces the spending by companies and ordinary people in the real day-to-day economy. And this directly affects companies for two reasons: because they will no longer have access to the loans as easily as before, and they will no longer be able to get into good debt to pay off their goods. And because people will no longer have as much money to spend, causing companies not to have the same income, this may generate losses at the end of the month. All this causes a drop in the price of companies and the consumer, tourist sectors, and many, many more things. And this is a very brief example of how the outcome of the news can affect the price of a financial asset. Obviously, this is somewhat of an in-depth analysis and interpretation that allows us to understand what will happen in the future. However, there's a very important question you may be asking at this point, and that is, why are these market movements generated by news? And my answer is very simple. All the participants, traders, or people around the world, they get access to the same information and know what is going to happen and how it's going to impact the price and the information. And at this point, I want to make a very clear clarification. In order to generate money trading news or economics, it takes an extreme advanced knowledge in economics, finance, and all the department sector of the businesses that run the world. Because what we're doing is measuring the impact that certain financial events will have on a financial asset, such as companies, countries, and their currencies, indices, commodities, and many, many, many other things. And all of this requires extreme theoretical and understanding of the numbers of these companies. And another very clear example of fundamental analysis is when company reports come out. All companies listed, for example, on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ are required to report the results from time to time. In this report, companies disclose or reveal their information and their performance. And just for an example, they reveal their balance sheet, their general business, and their roadmaps that they're going to have from time to time. This is the balance sheet that investors will be able to look at and anticipate if it is a good idea to buy their stock or then sell their actions. But again, this is something that requires extreme amount of advanced knowledge with economics, accounting, business to be able to anticipate what the price will be and how it will affect the trend of the market. For example, let me show you in this very particular case how it happened with the Federal Reserve. This is Forex Factor. This is where you can find a very summarized explanation of what is going to happen in the upcoming weeks with the news. In the calendar, it shows you the different types of folders in the market news. It shows you red folder, orange, yellow, gray folders. The red is the stronger news, the orange is the less stronger, and obviously the colors go down, so you can filter the news based off of these colors. And this way you can anticipate when there's going to be certain news that are going to come out at a specific date, at a specific time, with a specific currency pair or commodity. So this is very good to know if you're going to be trading that commodity at that time and that very specific date. So for this example, you can see here how the Federal Reserve came out with news and how it affected the price in real time. You're seeing it right here, how the news affected the movement of price, but also just temporarily. And one very important thing to keep in mind is that the fundamentals are going to be here forever because they just come out every single day and they're part of the economics of the world. And these things directly impact price and they affect of how volatile the market is versus not. In my particular case, I pay absolutely no attention to the news. I have realized over time that the technicals will follow what the news will anticipate. I can anticipate if the news are going to be bad or if they're going to be good for a currency pair based off of the technical analysis. But if you're a new trader out there and you want to keep in mind of where the analysis are going to be for the fundamentals and know when they're going to come out, what's the strength and at what time, make sure you check out Forex Factory. Forex Factory is where every single trader checks it out because it's a very summarized way on how to see the fundamentals of trading. And it saves a lot of time. But I personally don't use fundamentals at all, and I'm generating figures like these, or even these, simply by just looking at technical analysis and looking at price action. And it is 10 times easier than knowing economics, business finance, and all these different business sectors that take years to master. So my approach to the market is far more simple and I strongly believe far more effective because I'm able to get more of a day-to-day trade or more of a week-to-week trade versus fundamentals. You're kind of waiting on a quarterly payout of these big businesses and these big corporations to have the big market swings. So this is more of a position type of trading when you're trading with fundamentals. To my knowledge, I know there's very expert traders out there that use it on a day-to-day, but they also implement technical analysis to be able to enter their trades. This is why I strictly remove the fundamental sector of my trading and I only focus on technical analysis. This way, it keeps my trading far more simple and far more effective. So if you want to know more about my set and forget strategy and how it allows new traders to generate anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a week using my set and forget strategy, just hit the link in the description below. I have a video where it explains my philosophy completely. And I personally believe there is no other strategy like this out there in the market. It has been tested for 6 years and there's many results like these. And I have many success stories that traders within the first 3 months are generating anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a week as a beginner set and forget trader. So if you guys want to see more about that, just hit the link in the description below. I appreciate you guys watching this video all the way to the end. Hit that like and subscribe button and I'll see you guys in the next video.